Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm running late. It's approximately 8:48 a.m. on 2/22/21. At least it's not 22, it'd be 2/22/22/22. Hope you're all having a great day. This is Mike, the Patriot, coming to you live from Central Missouri. This is the year that everything gets screwed up. That's what it is. Just going to mess everything up. I hope you all are having a great day. I'm having technical difficulties, so I hope this works today. I'm hopefully going to get some new internet here soon, a lot faster. Been with AT&T a long time, but they just don't have the capability in this area that I need. So we're going to have to do something else. I hope you guys are having a great day. I want to talk to you about what you're seeing may not be real. I had a really cool video, but I can't get it to play. But we're going to talk about a little bit about some of that, about what's going on, about how you can't even believe your own eyes anymore. So to begin off with, I hope you're having a wonderful day as you're jumping on. I hope you have a nice steaming hot cup of coffee. I got one ready to go. I set my coffee cup on my heater to warm it up a little bit, and I forgot about it. Boy, I went to grab it. I shouldn't have done that. It was hot. Sorry I couldn't be with you last Friday. I had some things going on. Some of you saw that, and we'll talk about that later. We're not going to get into all that right now. But I just want to start out with this. This may be old news for some of you, but, I haven't been on for about 3 or 4 days. But I do want to kind of lead into what I'm talking about with this article from the Gateway Pundit the other day. It says 35 Capitol police officers under investigation, 6 suspended for letting protesters inside the U.S. Capitol, the same protesters who were later arrested for entering the U.S. Capitol. Goes on to say, a spokesman for the U.S. Capitol Police has confirmed to Fox 5 that the Office of Professional Responsibility is investigating the actions of 35 police officers on January 6th, the day of the riot at the Capitol, and suspended 6 officers with pay. The statement from the department reads as follows. It says, our Office of Professional Responsibility is investigating the actions of 35 police officers from that day. We currently have suspended 6 of those officers with pay. Acting Chief Yogananda Pittman, I don't know. Yogi Berra, I don't know how to say that. It doesn't matter. Has directed that any member of the department whose behavior is not in keeping with the department rules of conduct will face appropriate discipline. Isn't this the person that Nancy Pelosi, that's why she's acting chief, just put in charge after causing the other to resign or fire her, him, it, whatever? I'm just saying it's kind of a coincidence, don't you think? Anyways, viral videos of some of the Capitol police officers raise question about their actions during the riot. Some officers have been seen standing alongside doorways, almost motionless, as people filed to the Capitol. At least 2 accused rioters have told the FBI a Capitol police officers told them, it's your house now. Lawmakers have stated that one officer suspended took a selfie with someone, and another was seen wearing a dum-dum-dum mega hat. Say it ain't so. In a video that the officer was wearing a hat, the hat asks 2 men if they can get him through the crowd to help other officers inside the Capitol. The officer's hands one of the men his megaphone and says, I'll follow you. And the video was taken by Rico Lastarza, how do you say his name, who says he was visiting D.C. and went to the Capitol, started filming when he saw it happening. What a coincidence. So we have 35 Capitol police officers under investigation for doing whatever it is they did. Let me tell you something. Those 35 Capitol police officers didn't do what they did. They didn't move the barricades and let people in until they were ordered to. Who gave that order, Nancy Pelosi? Why did you fire the person that was going to investigate it and put in your person to investigate it, Nancy Pelosi? Just asking some questions that maybe you want to know. Nothing is as it seems. Don't believe. That's the theme of today's show. Don't believe what you're seeing, because nothing is as it seems. Now, I'm going to try to play a video. Golly gee, I hope it works. So this is a news broadcast out of Australia. So go ahead and play that.
Never before has the leader of the free world been so cognitively compromised. It's clear, to me at the least, that US President Joe Biden is struggling with dementia and is clearly not up to the task he's been sworn in to do. This was apparent to many during the election campaign, but such was the hatred for Donald Trump by the partisan and poisonous mainstream media. They chose not to highlight anything that actually may have derailed a Biden victory. Even now, after he's been sworn in, many of them are still refusing to speak the truth about Biden's lack of capacity. It was quite telling that while President Biden was playing Mario Kart and napping all of last weekend, apparently he had no official duties, his ambitious deputy Kamala Harris was telephoning foreign leaders. That's a novelty for a vice president. And this week, he emerged to participate in a sanitised town hall being interviewed by the Bidenista, Anderson Cooper of CNN. Biden promptly gave away his teleprompter, and the result was nothing short of a disaster. Biden started off by excusing the genocide against the Uyghur people by the Chinese Communist Party. He dismissed it as just Chinese cultural norms. And then he made what many interpret as racist comments about television commercials. Did you ever believe 5 years ago every second or third ad out of 5 should turn out to be biracial couples? He said. Like, who cares about that? Who counts that? But then he went on to suggest that blacks, Hispanics, and people who live in the country aren't really smart enough to get online.
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination.
Wow, what a way to offend almost all of your voter base. Anyway, it was capped off by Biden admitting he doesn't really know where he is a lot of the time, and he actually needs to ask his his wife, where he is when he wakes up in the morning.
Over the years, over your career, you've already spent a great deal of time at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, except now you're living there and you're president. It's been 4 weeks. What's it like? How's it different?
I get up in the morning, look at Jill and say, where the hell are we?
Can't believe it.
Well, he should get some marks. That was probably the most honest thing he said during the entire event, because much of it was littered with total falsehoods, like this claim that the Americans didn't have a vaccine when he came into office.
I apologize about the quality.
That's total BS. And I can say that because Joe Biden actually had the vaccine before he was installed as president. But it went entirely unchallenged by the interviewer, Anderson Cooper, or anyone else in the mainstream media. Have a listen.
The biggest thing, though, as you remember, when you and I shouldn't say it that way, as you remember, but when you and I talked last, we talked about it's one thing to have the vaccine, which we didn't have when we came into office, but a vaccinator. How do you get the vaccine into someone's arm?
You use a shot,
I'm not
a needle.
To highlight the mental of Joe Biden, it's too easy. And it's not his fault, but he did run for office knowing that the decline in his capacity was accelerating. And so did the media, and so did the Democratic Party, yet they all chose to cover it up. Just like many of them sought to cover up the Hunter Biden laptop and cash for access scandals. They haven't asked Creepy Joe about the weird hair sniffing, the allegations of sexual misconduct, his previous support for segregation, the rather odd way that he interacts with women, and his overtly racist statements. Now, these excuses for journalists are continuing the cover-up of Biden's presidency. In reporting on the dumpster fire that was the Biden town hall, many media outlets simply omitted the gaffes, the lies, and the clear Chinese propaganda lines. It's like they're running a Biden protection racket, while simultaneously protecting themselves from admitting their unconscionable conduct during the election campaign was instrumental in having this man elected as president. It's all rather pathetic. But even usually smart people are blinded by the nonsense put out by the mainstream media. They believe every perceived.
All right, that's Australian News is reporting on Biden pretty accurately. They're pointing out facts. Why can't our news do that? You see, we don't get this information in our news, but Australia does. Don't you find that interesting? They kind of spin things. So it's just like, you know, for those of you who are understandably angry about Ted Cruz, didn't stay to fight the snowstorm with his Zodiac powers. Wait till you find out that Andrew Cuomo lied to the feds about 13,000 plus people who died because his health department shoved COVID patients into nursing homes. Oh, let me tell you, I was fact check all over the place back in August when I talked about that, about Andrew Cuomo and the governor of Pennsylvania, the governor of New Jersey, the governor of California, and a couple other governors putting convalescent COVID patients in nursing homes. There was only one class of people vulnerable to this, and that was elderly. Why would they do that? Maybe to get the numbers up so that we could have a pandemic, so that we could put on masks and hide in our basements, just like Joe Biden. Things are not as they seem to be. We are being played. We are being lied to on all fronts. Here's another little video. This one's a lot shorter, and hopefully it'll be a little better, easier to watch. This is of Terrence K. Williams, the commentator and stuff, mega guy. And the headline says that a large group of people welcoming Kamala Harris into town. And so he puts this video together, and I just think it's funny. So here we go. Let's play this one. Oh, I muted it. Unmuted. Okay. Look at that. There's a whole two people there and a cameraman.
Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Stop. Get somebody. Y'all, please bear with me. Please. Please don't go nowhere. Please, I need some help. Go. Somebody, please call 911. I'm killing myself. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Anyways, that's Terrence K. Williams right there talking, cracking himself up over the fact that the media is just, they make sure they get that shot in. And here I've got the little thing telling me my signal's down. Of course it is. I called up AT&T and they said, oh, there's something wrong with your modem. We'll send out a tech guy. Then they called me up again. They said, well, here's what we want you to do. We want you to do this, turn it off, and do that, do this other thing, and reset it. Oh, now it's 10.9. Yeah, it's 10.9 until I try to go live. Then it drops to 2. It's terrible. It's ridiculous. So it's like fluctuating like this. And that's part of my problem. We're going to fix that, though. We're going to go, as much as I hate it, with another company that I can't stand. But they've got super fast internet, like a lot faster. So bear with me till I get that in place. I apologize about the quality. Just growing pains, I guess we could call it. So here's another. It's been 46 days since pipe bombs were dropped inside a few blocks away from the White House. Dropped just a few blocks away from the White House, outside the RNC and DNC office. Our FBI has yet to produce any answers or leads regarding to who's behind it, and our media has just kind of moved past. Very suspicious, isn't it? This is Lou Dobbs. Of course, he's no longer on Fox. I wonder why. Can't have people speaking the truth and asking questions. What happened to those pipe bombs anyways? Who put them there? They were there the day before. Yeah. We got Andrea Ocasio-Cortez saying that other Congress people had informed her a week in advance that there may be some riots and stuff at the Capitol on the 6th. Was it the 6th? No, not the 6th. Yeah, it was the 6th.
Yeah, my birthday.
How'd you know that? If it was brought on by the president. And what other Congress people told her that? Nancy Pelosi? See, we're being played. We're being lied to. We're not being told the straight truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Boy, I had another video for a break. My internet quality just wouldn't work. I was fighting with it to get it played, and I really wanted to play this other video for you, but that's okay. That's okay. We got one we'll show you here in a minute. So what we know now, without a shadow of a doubt, you can't trust the FBI. You can't trust the CIA. You can't trust the CDC. You can't trust any of the alphabets. You can't trust big tech. You can't trust children's public education system. We can't trust the media. We can't trust Carol Baskin. And we can't ever, ever again trust our elections. Ever. And I got one more for you that's going to come. You can't trust religious institutions. I said it. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to find out that a lot of them are involved with these same people. A lot of them are involved with the same thing. And I don't mean the Catholic Church. That's obvious. Sorry to all you Catholics out there, but there's a whole lot going on there. I'm not talking about the Catholic Church. I'm not even talking about the weird ones, the ones that allow men dressed as women and women dressed as men, acting like men, acting like women, be preachers. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about your mainstream Protestant, big name mega churches. And I'm not talking about Joel Osteen. He's low hanging fruit and easy to pick on. Nope. We're going to find out that some of the people you thought, they weren't. They're in league with these guys. We're going to find out. Sorry to have to burst your bubble. That's coming. Be prepared for it. So I got one more video here. Let me set this up for you, okay? I was going to play you a video, but it won't play, of them redoing the Queen of England's Christmas address. Only it wasn't the Queen of England. It was another person. And they made her look like her and act like her, but it wasn't her. It's this phenomenon called deep fakes. It's where they have the ability with computers to completely mimic and imitate somebody else. If you research it, don't Google it. You'll have to go to DuckDuckGo or Brave or somewhere else. But if you search it, you'll see a lot of amazing things. And I've been sitting on this video for a while, hoping to get to play it for y'all. But this is a video out of one of the stands. I don't know which they put together. It's overseas somewhere. But I just want you to watch this video. And I want you to watch it real close. Okay. I don't know if you can make it any larger. Probably not. Just go ahead and watch this video. Just play it as it is, dear. Just play it as it is.
Заступаючи на посаду
Watch his face real close.
Білорусь, урочисто клянуся вірно служити народу Республіки Білорусь,
поважать і ахоўваць правы і свабода чалавека і грамадзяніна, захоўваць і абараняць Канстытуцыю Рэспублікі Беларусь, свята і добрасумленна выконваць ускладзеныя на мяне высокія абавязкі.
Why don't you play that again, dear? Go ahead and rewind that and get it set up again. Why? Did you see that? That guy changed his appearance, his voice, his demeanors right in front of your eyes. They can do this with computers, and they can do it live.
прошу вас принести присягу.
Let's go back again and watch that video.
заступаючи на посаду президента Республіки Білорусь, урочисто клянуся вірно служити народу Республіки Білорусь,
поважать і ахоўваць правы і свабода чалавека і грамадзяніна, захоўваць і абараняць Канстытуцыю Рэспублікі Беларусь, свята і добрасумленна выконваць ускладзеныя на мяне высокія...
So understand that what you're looking at, you may not be actually seeing. You cannot believe your eyes, your ears. You can't believe anything that you see on TV. If you weren't standing there yourself, watching it with your eyes in real life, I'd question everything. I would not take someone else's opinion unless you trust that person. I wouldn't trust what I say. I would look it up, check it out, find different sources, find alternative sources, see which one's more plausible. You know, if your gut's telling you that this probably isn't true, guess what? It probably isn't true. You know, when I can and I see some of the stuff going around, I'll debunk it. I debunked one of the famous photos. You got a photo of Joe Biden. And I don't have it loaded up in here as I didn't think about it till now. And I've talked about it before on my videos of Joe Biden writing with his right hand in one picture and his left hand in the other. But I showed where the picture where they had him writing in his left hand is from a video. And the stack of executive orders that he's signing in the video are on the other side. Somebody's taken that video, screenshot it, and switched it. I can do it. I can do that right on my phone. I can swap a picture around to make it look like his left hand. You know, way back when I was selling cars, new car lot, I was lot manager, and I'd go around with the gal that come in and do the ads for the paper. And a lot of times they'd take a picture of a car, but they'd want it, you know, cars nosed in like this. They just swapped the picture around so you couldn't tell which was driver's side, which was the passenger side, just looking at a car. They just swap them around. Take the picture on one side, but you want to look like the other side, you just swap it around. So, and that was in 97. So this technology exists. So I debunked that. It's about being accurate, being right, and you can't trust anything. You can't trust anything that's coming at you right now. Everything. Take with a grain of salt, take with speculation, and understand that there's people out there. I'll tell people all the time, they say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? My answer most of the time is information / disinformation. You've got to discern what is information and what is disinformation. What is information put out there by the deep state to confuse us? What is information put out there by the white hats that's put out there just straight disinformation to confuse them? But you're watching this going, trying to figure it all out, going, what in the world? And what's actual information to lead you in a certain direction to make you discover things? I don't know all the answers. And in fact, I've pretty much stopped even trusting any of it. I trust my instinct. I trust my Lord and Savior. I take a look at what some of the prophets, like Kim Clement and stuff like that, who have a track record of being accurate well before, predicting Donald Trump being president, 10 years ago is, that's pretty doggone phenomenal in my book. I take that information and try to figure that out. Just want you guys to understand that we have been lied to. We've been sold a bill of goods. We've been manipulated. You turn on that boob tube, and everything that comes out of that boob tube on every channel is designed for the specific purpose of washing your mind and making you think a certain way. I don't even watch. I used to religiously get up every morning. I'd read my Bible. I'd say my prayers, and I'd turn on Fox and Friends. I liked Fox. I like Steve Ducey. I like Kill Me. And I don't think they're bad people, okay? But I've stopped watching it just stopped since before Christmas. I've just stopped. I don't turn it on anymore. In fact, I don't watch any news channels. The thing came up the other day on the Facebook that said, how many of these TVs started listing all these different TV shows that you watch, and I had watched 2 of them. I hadn't watched any of them on there, but 2 of them. I don't watch them shows. They're programming you. They are pre-programming. They're putting it doesn't work. It doesn't work, Mike. It doesn't work, you say. Well, maybe so. Maybe it doesn't work. I get you. I follow you. Maybe it doesn't work. Then why does McDonald's spend billions of dollars putting commercials on TV to get you to buy Big Macs? Why does Coca-Cola, speaking of Coca-Cola, have you seen their new program? That's right. White's bad. I was going to talk about that. I hadn't found enough information on it. I'm still researching, but that's interesting. They're having classes at Coca-Cola for all their white employees to get rid of their whiteness because we don't want to be racist. And I'll say it again, and I'm going to keep repeating it. And this is going to be my argument from now on. When anybody wants to call me a racist, I will say this, and I'll say it 1,000 times, that Elon Musk is an African American. Why, you ask? How could you say that? Because he was born in South Africa and immigrated to the United States of America. That makes him an African American. Okay? Al Sharpton is not a African American because he's never been to Africa. And if you don't like the fact that I call Elon Musk an African American because the color of his skin, you're the racist. Moving on from that rant. You can't trust anything you're being told anywhere. Not on the Q sites, not on any of the mainstream media, not on any of the radio shows, none of it. Even the Sean Hannity and Mark Levin's are being censored because they can't talk about the election fraud. Have you noticed that? The great Rush Limbaugh, God bless his soul, was getting right up to the edge, and he says, this is where I'm self-censoring myself. Remember that? Any of you that listen to him? The media is completely 100% controlled. The alternative media is 50% controlled or better. You can't trust them. And I wouldn't even trust me. If I give you some information, go check for it yourself. Don't trust me. Don't trust no one. Trust the Lord God above. Now, I still believe, and I'm going to say this 1,000 times, and I'm going to end every one of my shows with it. I still believe that God is in control, and he's about to do something, and it's going to knock our socks off. It's going to blow us away. We're going to be sitting there mouth agape. We don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming, but God has said it's coming through his prophets. He said it's coming, and it's coming. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know if this is going to snowball from this Como stuff over there and all this COVID stuff that we've been lied to and manipulated about. And I got a video coming on that one. Y'all want to hear a Patriot Mike rant? Tune in on Friday. I'm just saying. I got to take care of some issues, some family stuff first. I've been holding this kind of stuff in for a long time as not to offend friends and neighbors and relatives and stuff who have lost loved ones over the last year due to this terrible virus, this pandemic, this scamdemic, this Wuhan flu. And I got something to say, and I'm going to say it. I'll probably be kicked off Facebook after this one, so tune in on Friday. God is still in control. God is not a God that sits around and doesn't interfere with the affairs of men. You are ignorant of history if you believe that. Read the George Washington prophecies. Read the Bible, for that matter, throughout history. Now, God does miracles. Miracles aren't every day. If miracles happened every day, they'd be normal, not miracles. Right? So miracles are unusual. But he does them. And sometimes they are world changing. They are world order of things changing. Get ready, because you live in a time when God's about to change the world order of things. He's promised it. It's coming. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. In the Kim Commit prophecies, the next thing to come is a new Snowden horizon. I don't know what that means. We'll know it when it happens. And then there'll be much fear and no protection. Those are the next things. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be in that specific order. I don't know. Everything else has been in order, so we'll see. Hang in there, folks. It's going to happen. And if you haven't figured out that your life is finite and eternity is a long, long time, and you're wondering, what is this all about? He says, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open to you. It's real simple. God is real. Hell is real. Jesus came, he died on the cross and rose again on the third day to save you from it. A fallen man, a fallen world is what we are, what I am. So if you have questions about that, ask. There's people on this feed right now that can answer your questions. I know there is. And if you're a naysayer and a nobody and a hack and you want to get in here, oh, God's not real, go somewhere else. I mean, there's whole websites you can go to talking about God's not real. You don't have to be here. Go away. With that, I'm going to jump off here. You guys have a great day. Sorry I got on a little late. Sorry I've been on for the last few days. Been dealing with some stuff. We'll talk about that too. And hopefully next week or so, I'll have all my internet up and we'll be able to play some more videos better. But you guys have a great day. I do appreciate everybody jumping on. Hey, since you're still here, share this video. I forgot to mention it. Follow me on Rumble especially. I'm on YouTube. I'm on all the other ones, but follow me on Rumble especially. That's where, I mean, that's where the freedom is right now. Although they did take down some videos from a friend of mine, you know who I'm talking about, BB. You can't say his name on Facebook. They don't like him. But share this video, share this people. Somebody out there needs to see this, that you can't trust anything that you hear. You can't even trust BB, and he'll tell you that. And those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, ask in the comments. Somebody will share it with you. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here. Talk to y'all later.